Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Holiday 25 Mini. Today, we're taking a look at Coplice taking on Watkins. With me here today is nobody.
Team ban.
Let's just get this one a going, baby.
Radiant team ban.
An immediate ban on Weaver.
10 seconds remaining.
As last time, I would suspect most bans this many are probably just going to be strictly comfort related. The Chen is interesting. Maybe that's a keepsake thing. I don't know anything about him he's standing in, but either way.
10 seconds remaining.
You don't really, like...
5 seconds
When week 1 started, there were only 2 teams in this season that had actually queued as like more than 2 or 3 people. And even the Jasso team hadn't queued as 3 recently. So really, it was my team and the Watkins team were the only ones who had really queued prior to week 1. Nobody else really did. So it's not like you could like look at what people were doing in their games and prep based on that, because everyone was just solo queuing. So I think it is probably reasonable that most of the bans are probably just going to be like looking at comfort. Interesting strategy to go after the Quap in round 1.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Not surprised to see the Witch Doctor go, though. One of those heroes I think is
10 seconds remaining.
annoying enough,
5
effective enough.
remaining.
Nobody really wants to play against it if they don't have to. I don't think it's ever strictly a bad ban. Because it's like, there are plenty of ways to deal with Witch Doctor, there are plenty of ways to counter Witch Doctor, but just the hero being picked is always like, there's just a whole bunch of heroes that you just can't pick into that guy, and there's like team comps and strategies you don't want to do into that guy. He's a limiter. He limits your options. There goes the Viper.
Speak for the trees.
First pick Furion is interesting.
Dire team ban.
Gets a Clockwork in response, which I think is a pretty good one. I think that's a good immediate knee-jerk response to that. I think, as a break from recent seasons of Coplice being a core, that might be actually him playing it, too. I looked at this team several times, and I really couldn't find a way that Coplice being core made the lineup make sense. Because they got like a bunch of pause ones mids. They got a lot of core players, they really only have a couple supports, and in this season, support is really the role that it feels like, not that many of in the pool. Mostly because King took them all immediately, but you know. Drug ban. I expect to see a lot of those.
10 seconds
Ruban is
remaining.
interesting. Feels like that's aimed at Coplice himself.
5 seconds.
Though I don't know if he's
Radiant
necessarily
team
going to be
pick.
doing that. Io ban is kind of funny. Coplice bans Io. That's his own avatar, you know. Tusk and Brew bans were pretty good. VS as well. All pretty good
10
bans
seconds
to
remaining.
protect that Furion. I think right now they're
5
probably
seconds
wanting to
remaining.
flex it. Probably picking that with the idea of running into multiple... What the hell? The idea of running into multiple roles, so... Banning out things that would limit those options and make you scuttle the pick. Send it off to 5. Not a bad idea. Can't really tell what Coplice is going for. I assume it's basically just all comfort right now. Like we know, for example, that the Viper is comfort for Sammy, though I do believe that he's likely to be pause 1 on this team. And I don't think they're running pause 1 Viper. I'd be a little surprised. Okay, we got a lot of matches to get through,
Dire
guys.
team
There we go. Picking up the Centaur Warrunner, good response to the Furion. Shadow Demon is a good way to neutralize that.
Radiant team pick.
Let's stick out a little here, I think. The Death Prophet coming up next. Death Prophet into Centaur Warrunner and Clockwork is certainly a choice. I'm not really about that pick yet.
10 seconds.
Maybe they can
remaining.
pick something else to make that work, but
5 seconds remaining.
Death Prophet with pretty limited stuns on your team. I mean, the Shadow Demon stun is obviously not going to help you get Exo on people. Pretty limited stuns on the team, and like the Centaur who can hit R to make you run away, the Clockwork who can put gears in the middle of the field, really even the allied Furion trees on the field as well can just kind of get in your way. A lot of obstructions for not great space to run around. Again, maybe they're going somewhere with it. We'll just have to see. Terrorblade coming up. Is this a fine Terrorblade? I mean, it's not bad.
10 seconds remaining.
It'll let you
5
fight out from the
seconds
trees.
remaining.
It's something kind of dangerous for Shadow Demon to get his hands on. I will say that.
Dire team.
It'll let you fight out of the trees. The Disruptor pick pretty good. Disruptor, big pain in the ass. Big pain in the ass for all these
10
people.
seconds
Furion doesn't want to get
remaining.
glimpsed. The Death Prophet doesn't want to get glimpsed.
5 seconds
And it's just
remaining.
another thing to put on the field to restrict your movement. Both, actually, two big things, because you got both the Arena and the Static Storm. They're probably going to be bundled together in most cases, but... Still. Big pain in the ass for her. She's really, I guess the key thing about Death Prophet at the end of the day is that Death Prophet likes it when the battle is very rooted. She likes it when you don't move much, she likes it when she doesn't have to move much, and if she does have to move, she likes it so that she has pretty much freedom of movement,
Dire team
right?
bad.
Right now she doesn't have that. The Jakiro is good here. I don't think there's really necessarily a bad Jakiro game. He is a bit of a shell of what he was last
10
patch, it feels
seconds
like, but
remaining.
he is certainly not bad.
5 seconds remaining.
If nothing else, it's a big stun and something you can throw at the Furion trees. There's that. Though again, it really hasn't
Radiant
fixed their
team
deficit
bad.
necessarily.
Radiant team bad.
Get rid of the OD, getting rid of the Leshrac.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team bad.
November. Which is almost November. Great time of year.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
It's likely both teams are going to be picking their mids here. Could hypothetically be DP mid. I feel like I'd almost
10 seconds
like that
remaining.
here. I feel like a lot of the
5
problems she
seconds
has are
remaining.
solved by a 3 better than they are by a mid. Especially with Lesh and Embergon. Which are probably the logical things to pick up here. Even if Lesh probably would want a little more. Well, I guess, in the context, well, he's kind of anti-chemistry with Furion, so maybe not. Taking it down to the wire.
Radiant team pick.
Picking up a Necro. They really do not have anything to stop the Centaur Warrunner ult on the Watkins team. Not at all.
10 seconds remaining.
That guy hits R, the Radiant,
5
even before their
seconds
last
remaining.
pick, pretty much just have the ability to go wherever they want, do whatever they want. That
Choose
certainly
your
doesn't.
hero.
That certainly doesn't help things. Clonus 3, huh? That's interesting. Coplice is 5 here. Okay. Okay. Interesting. The Watkins lineup is pretty much exactly what I expected it to be. The Disruptor double model thing there looks crazy. Why does it always happen to the Radiant? It feels like it's like 3-to-1 that happens more to the Radiant in these like end of draft process times than it does to the Dire. Like you can see they're not doubled here, for example. Well, Jakiro is, but he's like that. You know, he was like that when he was born. Favoring the Radiant here. There's one thing I definitely can say about Coplice, who, according to him, I only like flame or whatever.
Prepare for battle.
He's definitely no slouch when it comes to drafts. I think his draft game has been pretty good the last, like this game, the last season.
Stupid. I'm so stupid.
Definitely favored here. They have so much ability to control the fight against a team that really wants. Because really, at the end of the day, Necro is pretty much in the exact same boat as DP. Necro does not want people running away from him, right? Necro wants you to stay in the fight, wants you to stay there whether you want it or not. Wants you to stay in the fight, doesn't really have a great way of making you do that himself. So really, it's kind of unfortunate for the guy, but it's like, this guy is going to have to really be all about, like, the W. Like, the Jakiro Ice Path is going to mean so much this game because they have so little. Like, the Jakiro Ice Path is going to mean a lot. Watkins on the Death Prophet is definitely going to have to build, like, Yul's Rod something. Both of the supports are probably going to need to do that. Because they don't really have the ability to control the battlefield. They pick 2 guys that need to do that. Whereas, on the other hand, Coplice has the Centaur who can just hit R, run away, make everybody run away. The Clockwork who drops crab in the middle of the fight. The Disruptor who drops crab in the middle of the fight. The Puck who forces you to stand still. Really, that Puck almost feels like it makes more, like, not more sense, but that Puck would have been a great pickup for the Watkins team, I think, rather than the, not rather than, it's still a very good pick on the Coplice team, but would have been, like, exactly what Watkins needed, I think. Well, you know how it goes. Either way, it's time for everyone's favorite part of the cast, the roll call. On the Radiant, you've got El Mapache sit on the Terrorblade. Pause 1. Pause 2, you've got DJ Bread and Butter, sponsored by Red Bull, on the Puck. Pause 3, you've got Clone, who apparently is Space Cowboy's friend, on the Centaur. Pause 4, you've got Young Master on the Clockwork. Pause 5, you've got Coplice himself, captain of the team, on the Disruptor. On the other side of the coin, for the Dire, pause 1, you've got Big Dog Sammy on the Furion. Pause 2, you've got Kitty on the Necro. Pause 3, you've got W4tkins himself on the Death Prophet. Pause 4, you've got Chon, also known as Random Clown, on the Shadow Demon. Barely manages to get that first blood. And pause 5, you've got Keepsake standing in for Guy Stinley on the Jakiro. I don't believe there are any stand-ins on the Coplice team. But I could be wrong. I don't know what El Mapache's real name is.
Dire's courier has been killed.
I only know is oh, it's Hulk. Okay, Hulk is not a stand-in, so yeah, everybody's here at Smash Ultimate, going for a turnaround here. So Mapache is secretly the Hulkster. And gets himself a return kill for first blood, nearly a double. Hulkamania got knocked over, but turned it around here. Hulk Coplice might be the hardest lane in this entire scenario. I wouldn't want to. Oh my god, I might have to face that depending on how Sunday goes. You never know. I wouldn't want to face it though. That's the important thing. Though I will say Hulk, I think, is more known as a support, so even though it is a scary high MMR guy, he is losing some efficacy off the roll, off his comfort roll. Though, in fairness, I mean, Hulk is no newer to pause 1 than Watkins is to pause 3. It's just, you know, Hulk has 2k on Watkins, really. And probably more. Realistically, if I had to say, I mean, this guy, all I'm going to say is, if this was a regular season and Hulk was below 4k, which he was for a while, I would have not allowed his ass in. You can come to your own conclusion as to why, though of course the answer that he massively sandbagged is a pretty obvious one. Clockwork is like, I can make a big circle myself, you're not special. Good shot on the gears. He is not going to keep him alive though. Dies the DOT. Clone is trying to run them over here. No such luck. With 2 levels and Retaliate, you're not going to have much kill pressure as this guy. It's kind of a forced stalemate thing to do on Centaur, which is often what you want to do on Centaur. I don't think he's usually that great in land. But it means you have no kill potential, they have no kill potential. Coplice and Hulk are just sitting here under Dire's T1 with an army of illusions, just using the illusions to tank tower and killing poor Shadow.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Good use of them. I don't know if it's often considered. Oh, almost got the kill. That's kind of unfortunate. I think Young Master did not want to KS Clone there. The Clockwork did not want to KS a Centaur, but unfortunately for him, the Prophet had a very... Hulk TB is spooky. Yes, he is. The big dog Sammy had a big magic wand there, kept him alive. Just Coplice is right here. Coplice, for somebody who's like, you always fly my ass. You should have heard what I was saying about your lane earlier. I was like, I don't want to... I might have to play against this depending on how Sunday goes. I don't want to do that. Goodbye, Mr. Watkins. Fairness, when I put my dossier together on you guys, I did not call Hulk and Core. I thought you and him were going to be the supports, so... Tron is going to go down again. Decent chance Watkins did the same thing. You did get first blooded, barely.
Dire's courier has been killed. Dire's courier has been killed.
DP going for Bracer Nully. Like an old Viper build. Ooh. Hulk gets very low there, almost goes down. Only this level 6. Griefed a lot of Hulk's lanes on Sunday. Well, if we face you, make sure to do it again. I'll need it. Trust me. Furion, this guy loves sticks. He's got 1 magic one and 3 normal ones. Kiro is just gonna drop all the DOT in town on Furion here. Oh, good teleport from the Furion, but good rotation from DJ Bread and Butter is gonna put 2 guys in the puck leash here. Yep, the Furion's gonna go down. Got out of play support. Buck looking for the double here. It's a little hard to see it, but it's not impossible. Kitty comes in, and drops a Scythe. And while the Scythe doesn't get the kill, just a little bit of DOT does the job. At the very least, no Scythe kill on the Necro. Good rotation, maybe a little overambitious to stay for it. You're very lucky in this particular match as low Coplice because I'm playing these guys this week, so I'm going to just be hostile to them the entire time. Kitty got the raindrops. That's good. Fuck really ought to have some as well, to be honest. But tell me somebody saw that. It's okay. We'll look at it. What happens, Mr. Clockwork? All right. What are we doing? Level 3 is not level 1 at its level.
Tell me someone saw that.
Apparently the funny thing happened before this, I guess? What are we waiting for here? Guys mid. Man, that's hilarious. I'm assuming it was something that happened somewhere else.
Tell me someone saw that.
I'm sure I might have, maybe. Centaur with the double bracers here, which is what you want to do in a lane with a lot of magic damage, which, courtesy of Mr. Takiro, this lane does have, and even the Furion, the Sprout, is going to be doing as much to you or more as the trees are. As the trees are, as the right click is. This is very annoying. Again, they really lack, the die really lacks skill pressure on the Centaur at top, outside of just when, So deal with Sunday, how many games we play. We got one more group stage, that's going to be the first game we play, then second game is the start of playoffs, so that'll be quarters and then semi. So 3 BO1s as last Sunday was. And then next Sunday is just going to be finals, which is just a BO3, so... Fighting here over the for this camp, getting pulled. Clockwork making stacks here in the jungle. They're definitely gonna want to keep a good eye on these because that Necro and that Furion can definitely steal these triangle stacks. Oh. Ooh, Coplice probably didn't get a kill or anything and then died. Ooh. We hate to see it. DP in the gear jail, losing all of her mana. Does get a lot of it back from Lotus, though. Necro also here, but is going to have to be careful, because, well, nominally has to be careful anyway, because Terrorblade is 6. He has not leveled his ability, though, so he may not even be able to slot here. Oh no, he's got a level of stats, so he's definitely not going to be able to swap. They got Necro in jail. This is a interesting looking static storm. It got more people on the Radiant than it did on the Dire, but... So in what is really a 4v5, it's a 1-for-3 trade.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I guess that was a
Radiant
5v5.
structures are fortified.
Too many? True. Shouts to Buttery Greg who's joined us.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
1-for-3, big gold swing towards the Watkins team. XP swing in particular very large. Okay, Necro might have gone a little too far here. Yeah, just getting beaten around by the Clockwork Cogs. Tries to get out, but the Glimpse gets the job done.
Radiant's top tower
Watkins is unhappy with this, immediately hits the exit button, looking to just run at the... Oh my god, what a Sunder! Watkins hits the button looking to just dive under E1 mid at nearly full health, and then Terrorblade, who's hit level 7 and has leveled Sunder, just comes out of the jungle and gives him no HP at all. Oh, you have her... This button is a slow, man. Okay, this is a great glimpse. This is a great glimpse. Oh no. Puck is going to go down in response.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Very
tower
bloody fight here in the mid lane. Both guys just trade blows. Both teams just trade blows. Hard to say there's really a...
Dire's top
Well,
tower has
it's
fallen.
1-for-3, so I guess it's not that hard to say there's a winner here. 1,397 gold for the Radiant, 218 for the Dire, really a 1k gold swing, about 750 XP swing towards the Radiant, so definitely good for them. It didn't seem like that should have gone as well, but I guess a bunch of people got away with just a sliver of health left. Made it look worse than it really was. That is shown with probably the right response to getting put in the puck hole. Just hit that button immediately. Blink revealed on Clone, uses it to take out the Shadow Demon here. Watkins just straight into no man's land. 2 for 0 this time. Might be more. Glimpse didn't go far, but Jack was up far enough that it really mattered terribly much. Centaur has raindrops in the middle of the Macrobuyer, which is not really that effective. Kitty actually buying more raindrops on the Necro, which is also, which is also good. You know, something to take note of. A lot of people, I think, I often see people buy a set of raindrops at the beginning of the game and then just never get it again. But especially if you don't want to go for the casual cloak, there is no crime against getting a second set against a team that looks like this with a lot of magic damage. They find Furion in the jungle and turn him into steamed broccoli in seconds. Yeah, Coplice already has a draft advantage, and now they're starting to build up the gold advantage, and more notably, pretty decent XP advantage as well. In particular, the support line on the Dire is already kind of knocked out. Shadow Demon does not even have ult yet. They're just trying to stay around waves and get some XP going, but he does not even have ult yet on the Shadow Demon. They're at nearly 15 minutes. Find Jakiro again, get another just quick kill.
Incoming!
Double damage.
Player scouts out Shadow Demon. Oh, they found Hulk. They found Hulk-takins. Trying to take the Lotus here. It's pretty unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? They can make this worth that for sure. Interesting to put the Centaur in jail there rather than DP. But it, I think, worked out for them. It's a pretty good puck hole. This is a crazy clockwork play. Jumps right into the fire and the flames to get gears on 2. Puck is trying to keep pressing this issue. Hasn't gotten herself another kill, though they're going to lose some supports in the back line. At this point, Hulk has respawned on the Terrorblade. Oh, Puck! Oh man, this is horrific for the Dire. Just completely cut off this retreat there. Turned around from what she was doing. Cut off this retreat. This Furion is probably going to die the very moment, yeah. Okay, well, that's really bad for the Dire. Ultra kill on the Puck, 2 for 4. That's a 1,000 gold swing, another 1,000 XP swing. Puck at the top of the charts right now, higher up than the Furion is even. Looking very strong. Terrorblade nearly done with the Manta style. That'll be up pretty soon. We're gonna shard after 50-minute Manta style. Well, it's probably gonna be like 17, 18 at this point. Still, pretty fast, considering he picked up the Falcon Blade as well. Though it might be slowed down a little bit if he goes down here, which is a definite possibility. Yeah, maybe not. They are going to just beat the retreat as Dire shows up with 4, and their 5th is lingering, or malingering, you could say, nearby. Necro is dashing towards, not the Radiance, is dashing towards Dagonex. It's changed his mind, is going now for the Black King bar. Clockwork nearly just insta-gives the Shadow Demon there. He's just so low. Actually, he just died of the glimpse, which you don't see too much. I always love when you die of glimpse because it looks like you just had a heart attack or something. It really does not look like a spell that should kill you, but there you go. Knocked out the Shadow Demon there, who's just not having a good day thus far. Puck Coplice, isolated in front of the tower here, is not going to die, but is going
Radiant's
to
top
have to
tower is under attack.
get back. Won't be able to defend this tower under threat of death. The Centaur Warrunner in the jungle here has himself his casual cloak, has himself his blink dagger going for, I guess it's not that casual a cloak, he's going for the pipe of insight here.
Not what you expected?
Unfortunately for him, he's only got one level of his W, so he's going to be farming camps very slowly. The Hoof Stomp's not a bad farming skill, but, you know, obviously 300 plus 150 is going to do a little more than 280. You can believe that one.
Yeah.
I like terribly just microing the illusions continually at T1s. I don't like the Terrorblade getting caught by Necro in the jungle and dying. And then saying, "Good try, little bro," as if to himself. Glimmer raindrops on the disruptor. Very well placed glimpse that's going to immediately just knock out poor Kiro. Chon only didn't get hammered by that hook due to fortunate timing. It's not going to save him. He just gets slaughtered too. Support line goes down again, another 1,000 gold swing, another 1,000 XP swing. We look at the hero levels. Necro has been hitting enough creeps in the jungle to do eke out an advantage, which has narrowed the XP lead of the Radiant a good amount, but still pretty high. I mean, the Disruptor and the Death Prophet are the same level right now. Which ain't great for the DP anyway. Especially when, as I said, you already are in a situation where it's like, it's just not going to be that easy of a DP game. She's going for the Yule Scepter, which you, like, the real politic of the Yule Scepter on the DP is that it's not something you want to get. Like, you have to get it sometimes, but it's not something you ever want to get. It's kind of like BKB in that way. It's like, you're never sitting there excited to buy the Yule Scepter. You're sitting there going, "Ugh, I have to get a Yule Scepter." That's what you're looking at with that. In most situations, this is definitely one of them. But she has to do it just because of the Radiant's ability to just control the battlefield, which they've been doing. The pipe is now out on the Centaur. They're doing a smoke here. Running north. They're going to run into Shone. Shone is going to tank it to gank it, as they say. They're going to stack their circles of barriers, but it's not going to matter terribly much. DP is in the midst of this, and the Furion TB'd in behind to try and capitalize on it, which was good positioning work from the Furion, but a well-timed static storm plus an untimely intervention by the Terrorblade quickly put that one to bed. It is now Kitty against the entire world, and 1v5 in, down she goes, 5-0. And they love the Philippines on Team Nemesis. That's basically a 4k gold swing, 5k XP swing for the Dire, who outdamaged their Radiant counterparts only by 2,000 damage. Really, they wouldn't have even had that if Necro wasn't such a big tough pinata to get through.
Top tower is under attack.
I think the pipe reveal was a big key in that. Like the pipe, so I think they were expecting the Jakiro ult and the Necro both to do a lot more than they ultimately did. I really thought Centaur was going to go on that. I thought he lost his marbles. We're waiting for him up at the Tormentor. This is a sort of risky Tormentor, but I guess after you do 5-0, it's not okay. Well, rip Coplice. He dies of the Tormentor, but at least he gets the shard. Just to put out a little bit more magic damage. I will say, it is kind of unfortunate for the Dire. Both teams are very, especially at this point in the game, until this Terrorblade comes online, really, very magic damage oriented. Both sides basically have like one major source of non-magic damage right now, being the DP and the Terrorblade, respectively. Furion again will be, but later. And he's not really building for right-click yet. He's got himself an Orchid, which is, you know, in the general area of right-click. Don't get me wrong, but it's not really going to be right-click till it becomes a Bloodthorn. That was the most casual use of an ult ever by that hero. Very quick use of the ult on Terrorblade's part. Very quick intervention on Clockwork's part. Turns this into another 5-for-0. Jesus Christ, we're watching.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
T2 top fall just instantly. They're immediately wanting to go hit this T3, and you know, who could blame them?
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are
God Glimmer to
fortified.
save your TB, true. For a second there, I thought that the Shadow Demon ulted the illusion of DP, but it was just using that W on her. Radiant take what they want and leave, and what they wanted was about half the damage on this T3. They look like they're prepping for a Roshan here. Just taking out the Vision, putting up a Watcher. No dissect here. They're just gonna move to a different lane. Which makes sense, because it's going to be another minute till Roche is even up there. Furion is just going to get annihilated. You know, the first big Furion was great. I can't say I feel like it's worked out so far. He's had a couple of really cool moments, like a couple of really cool looking TPs, but outside of that, he's just like, Moon is just such a bad game for him. DJ bread and butter godlike on the Fox. He's never going to be allowed to play this hero again.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
17k gold lead here at 25 points. This one is all over with Ryan.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
The upside, I suppose, to having a team full of people nobody knows, except Hulk. And hell, nobody even necessarily, I guess they saw his icon in the lobby, but I was going to say nobody even necessarily knew, because this guy's name is El Mapache, and he's sponsored by Sit. Gonna get ulted by the Jakiro. The Jakiro ults have been not awesome in the last few minutes. It's been mostly just flat, shoutouts to Laura, mostly just been straight drop out. Oh my god, the Static Storm, that is sexy! Wow! Rip to everybody. Puck at least is going to lose a godlike streak thanks to the side of the Necro, single-handedly going to be able to kick these guys out of base, which, you know, better be able to. 25 minutes is a Necro. Oh, Coplice tried to TP there, but was still being chased by the Skull.
I shall honor your name.
4-3 caused a 5k swing, basically, in both gold and XP. Radiant still pretty considerably in the lead, both XP and gold-wise. Again, Kitty doing disproportionately well, the rest of Dire is not there. Veil of Disco on the Centaur Warrunner. I was about to say is looking for Shiva's Guard. Here might still be, I guess. No. Was looking for Shiva's Guard here. Has turned around, decided to go for the Ags here. I guess once you die one time, you know, once you have one bad fight, it's like, why not? I feel like this is half the reason why I play this hero right now, frankly. It's going for the Ags here. Oh, Mapache going for the Eye of Scotland, just for Coplice. He's going for the Eye of Scotland, just for Coplice, and also for Alara, who said boo in my chat, who is also from there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The Necro going for a very early eggs here comparatively. I don't really agree with this idea. The Shiva's Guard concept, I think, is a better pickup here. You're going for this when you have like no HP regen, really. You don't have that, you don't have mini size. I mean, you have some, but it's not a crazy amount. You don't really have any items that go for it. Pache sitting here well in advance of his team.
Dire's bottom tower.
He's going to end up with the tower, and Catapult is going to save Chone's life. Chone having, I believe that was his blink reveal there on the Shadow Demon, which is just unfortunately for him, probably just going to be a strictly defensive blink dagger at this point. Game gets quiet. Radiant not really ready to go uphill yet again. They kind of remember what happened to them last time. Yules and Puck looking for Yules and Prasma and Puck looking for the Ags here. Ags, by the way, is out on the Disruptor, so items are no longer going to save you from the Static Storm. You no longer just BKB in it. I like that. Shadow Demon's like,
You want to send illusions at my tower? I'll make illusions of your illusions.
Radiant just gonna go for Roche. This should be pretty easy. Their Dire can't leave anyway, so.
And it's off.
Clock. Nothing on the DP. She's going for BKB. She's not even halfway there. I guess she's halfway there, but still. They're smoking out. They gotta know they're in Roche. Only they did just get the scan in. Ultimately, Radiant gonna take this. No contest. They're gonna smoke out of Roche, but Dire are... Funnily enough, Dire are all going for Radiant's bot T2, which isn't necessarily a bad strategy here. So it is definitely a sort of bluff maneuver. Like, this, what they're doing right now, it means nothing if the Radiant doesn't respond to it. If the Radiant says free kills, let's get them, then you can waste some time that way. But if not, then not really. Smoke just popped here at kind of an awkward time for the Radiant, and then Clockwork is laying up a hook there. And yeah, indeed, Radiant do not call the bluff and try to go deal with these guys' bots, so... Got a glimpse out there. I think it was on Necro with BKB though. You're going to get the Terrorblade. Oh, nice use of the ult on the Terrorblade once again. Yeah, this is looking real bad. The DP is having her own fight somewhere else while the rest of her team is getting creamed. Clone realizes the other nice side of the... Oh no, Furion going to the base. That's kind of unfortunate there. Furion probably would have actually lived that if he had actually just gone to the base instead of trying to turn around and get the kill. Not like it really matters. I think this one is, well, let's just say this is how over I think this one is. They did not even take the Aegis. They took nothing for this. Radiant have Megas.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sean's gonna get bullied one more time. Centaur is going to put Puck in the cart. Timeout. Dire, 5-man smoking out here. Almost, oh, they do actually get the Aegis off of the Terrorblade here. It's going to come at the cost of the Necro's life. It's going to come at the cost of the DP's life. The Furion is just also going to get die, and the G's are called, and we're going home. Okay. This was a route, this was an out draft, this was an outplay. I could analyze this deeper, but, I mean, what more is there to say than that? Coplice lineup picked just the better team. Everything that the Watkins team was good at, the Radiant had some answer to. Vice versa was not true. Everything that the Coplice team was bad at, the Watkins team could not punish. Vice versa was not true. In particular, they really did just create the situation of Watkins' fight strategy just being impossible. And I mean, in fairness, he didn't really help that himself. To be blunt, to be blunt, he didn't really help that himself, frankly. But it's like just the issue mentioned at the start of draft. It's like they just picked up a whole bunch of heroes that needed a lot of CC, needed a lot of control in these fights to actually have impact, to actually do things, and then they didn't really pick anything to like make that happen. They have the Furion trees, they have the Jakiro Ice Path, and that's it. And the Jakiro Ice Path is a good stun, but it's not a long one. The poor DP, the poor Necro, not able to really effectively get around the field. The Static Storm, the Disruptor Arena, the gears were just too much. The Radiant basically just felt like they had all the cards all the time. A few good signs of life from the Watkins team, a few good upsides, but that's really just where it ends. You know how it goes. We'll see. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. We'll see what happens with these guys next time.